What is up YouTube, JC Games here, and welcome back to Exploring OMORI Mysteries. Okay, so today's mystery actually comes from a comment which I currently don't have in front of me right now, but it will be on your screen. The comment is right there with something about how the characters would react to the neutral ending, because we did the true good ending. Now we're gonna go to the neutral ending, specifically the worst neutral ending, and in my opinion the worst ending is worse than the bad ending. I'll tell you why, but we're gonna explore how the characters would react after the bad neutral ending. Alright, so in the true good ending we know what happens, right? So here, let me tell you what happens. Alright, so Sunny and all of his friends go and have a sleepover at Sunny's house, and then they sleep, and then Sunny wakes up, and then Sunny and Basil throw hands, and I don't know who won. Like, we'll never know who won, but they both ended up hospitalized anyway. And then, you know, Sunny has this whole thing happen, and then he goes into the hospital room with Basil once he wakes up, and he's like, I have to tell you something. Yeah, that's what happens. But in the neutral ending, we gotta rewind back a little bit. So here we are, everyone's having a sleepover at Basil's house, and Basil's like, I don't know what he's doing in his room. He's like crying or something, probably crying, and well, he's struggling. And then in the true ending, you wake up and you go help him. But in the neutral ending, what happens is you wake up, Sunny wakes up, or the player wakes up, whatever you call them, and then you could go to help him, or you could just ignore him and then go back to sleep, and then you start the neutral ending, right? So you go to sleep, right? He takes a nap, and then you wake up, right? And it turns out Basil was indeed having quite a bit of a mental breakdown. And you wake up and Basil has stabbed himself, and I'm pretty sure he's dead. Like, if you look at the image, I don't know if I should put it, because, like, you know, YouTube and guidelines and stuff, but I'm gonna put it, okay? Maybe censor a little bit, but here it is. And well, Basil's quite clearly not having a good time, right? Like, yeah, he stabbed himself, and it is not a good situation. And Aubrey, Kel, and Hero are all like traumatized and distraught because Basil has killed himself. This is the second time it's happened, because Marie, well, yeah, it happened to Marie, and then Basil did it. And then Sunny is like, okay, I'm gonna go home because I don't want to deal with this. And then what happens after is even worse, because then Sunny goes home, and then from here you can get two of the neutral endings. One is like you can just go to sleep, and then I think you wake up, and then you just leave the town, right? And then there's the knife ending, which is where you get the knife, right? I don't know from where, but you get the knife, and then you go to sleep, and then in white space you stab yourself, but it turns out you actually stabbed yourself in real life. And now Sunny and Basil are both dead, which is even worse. Now we have two dead people. We have three of the group that have committed suicide. Well, three. Two that have actually committed suicide, one that was faked. And now everyone is traumatized, and that is why this is the worst ending. But the bad ending is still bad, because you jump off the tower that, like, I don't know how big that tower is. Like, it's like at least a good 200 stories high, like you know, tallest building ever. Like, okay, but anyway, this is, in my opinion, the worst ending, and I told you what happened. So now let's get into what I think what happened to the characters after this ending. Okay, before we go on, right, I want to add on another messed up thing about this ending, right, is when you like see that Sunny stabbed himself in real life, right, then you, in the background, you just constantly hear the phone going off or ringing or something, and that just adds even more pain, because like the mother is like trying to call him, right, the mother's like trying to get in contact with him, and then she's gonna come home and see Sunny dead. Oh my god, this is such a painful ending. But okay, now let's move on to the actual reactions. Well, I kind of already said Sunny's mother, but we're gonna go to the three main friends pretty much. Alright, so first person I'm gonna go into is Kel, because we kind of talked to him in the previous video. I'll put it up there. I don't know which direction it's gonna be, but I'll put the link for it. And because we kind of already touched on it, so we saw like Kel was like, we said in that video, he was like this positive boy and everything. He tried to stay positive and everything, and try to be happy. And then Basil, what's it called? He stabbed himself, right? And he dies. We think he died. I'm pretty sure he's dead. But anyway, and then we see Kel crying. His first time crying in the game, and he like breaks down his his personality just like pretty much completely breaks down, right? He's like no longer happy, and he's like crying. He's like, dude, why did this have to happen again? Why did like it already happened with Marie, it happened to Basil, and especially once he sees it happen to Sonny, he's like gonna be even more broken. He's gonna be like, wow, I can't believe this has happened 3 times. Like, damn, 3 times in one friend group. That'd be tough. Like, it'd be really tough to accept. And Kel, who was like, in my opinion, constantly hiding his pain, and then this happens 2 times in one night. That's just gonna completely break him. It's gonna traumatize him forever, right? First of all, like I think he's gonna be changed forever. He's now never gonna be able to be this positive boy again, because like he's gonna be constantly traumatized because his friends keep committing suicide. He's gonna be like, why is this happening to me? And he's gonna be like, wow. And he's also like, I think in that video I said it right, like he feels like he's too dumb to help his friends. This is gonna like reinforce that more, because he's like, I couldn't even help. He's like, I couldn't help Marie, I couldn't help Billy, so and I couldn't help Sonny. So why should I try to help my friends if it'll feel like to him like he just makes things worse, and that's why Basil and Sonny did the thing, you know. And yeah, it's just gonna be very bad. So pretty much what I think will happen to Kel, if this ending was canon, well, I don't know if it's canon, but if in this ending Kel would like pretty much break down, his personality would completely break down. He'd no longer be the funny, happy kid. It'd be pretty hard on him to stay positive. He'd be traumatized, like everyone here would be traumatized pretty much. And it just wouldn't be good for him. And I feel like he'd never want to help his friends again after this, because like, you know, help them emotionally at least, because, well, he failed with Marie and with Sonny and Basil. Or he feels like he failed with them, and then he's gonna feel like, I probably shouldn't do anything here. But anyway, let's move on to Hero. Okay, so Hero is, okay, so we already saw after the truth happened, like, Kel told us, and we saw that Hero was like, he got really depressed, right? I mean, he lost Marie, which, like, I guess they were supposed to be like together forever. That's what I think would happen if Marie stayed alive. But, well, obviously things didn't turn out that way, and Hero got all depressed and everything, and he got very closed off. I think Kel said that he got closed off. He didn't want to share his emotions, and he hid his pain like Kel did, except it was kind of more obvious. It was like he was depressed and he was closed off. And yeah, I guess he kind of like pulled the Sonny, but he didn't go all the way hikikomori. He still went outside, but it was still painful and stuff. And yeah, so what I think would happen to Hero is we see after the truth, right? We already see he was like all depressed and everything. So then if the neutral ending happens, obviously, well, what I think is gonna happen is his depression is just gonna get like more amplified, I guess you can say, because it's gonna get worse. Because if Marie did it and then he got all depressed, and then Basil and Sonny both do it, then it's just gonna get even worse and even worse. And what's even worse about this is we saw after the truth. Like I said, he repressed his emotions a lot, and well, I feel like he will do it more, especially even in the cutscene here. We see it, right? Let me go to it. All right. See, when it happens, well, when Sonny's still alive, right? When Sonny's still alive, we see like Hero tries to stay calm, and he tells him like, Sonny, you're not supposed to be seeing this. You gotta move on. You gotta move on to a new house, and you shouldn't be seeing this. And he basically tries to help Sonny and stay calm, and how do I say this? He tries to help Sonny, and he tries to like stay calm himself, and like he is like repressing his own emotions, right? Like I said before, yeah, he was repressing his emotions, and that's pretty much what I'm trying to say is he would get more depressed, but he would repress his emotions even more still, and that would cause him even more pain. I'm trying to say something, but I can't figure out how to say it. Okay, so I think let me just try to wrap this all up real quick. So I think after this, right, after the truth, we saw he got depressed, like really depressed, right, like very down under and everything. So I think after this neutral ending, right, I think he'll get even more depressed, but he'll also like suppress his emotions and stuff like he did before. And well, yeah, he's gonna definitely get very, very depressed, especially after like this. And well, I don't want to say it, but he might get, he might get depressed to the point where he gets suicidal is what I'm trying to say. And it's messed up, but like that's what might actually happen. Like he had three of his friends. Three of his friends are gone. Three of his best friends are gone. So that is probably what would happen, which is very sad, but it has to be said, I guess. Alright, so next I'm gonna move on to Aubrey, which is kind of a bit more of a, it's kind of more mixed. Like I don't know how this would go, because Aubrey's already like unpredictable, right? Her emotions are unpredictable. So after this happens, well, obviously she's gonna be like in pain and traumatized because Basil and Sunny, like, they're gone. So yeah, obviously she's gonna be pain and traumatized just like Kel and Hero. But what would happen after is like, I don't really know. Like it's pretty much a toss up. But I do have some theories about what would happen. Okay, so first thing is she's definitely gonna be in a lot more pain. Well, I don't know about in a lot more pain, but she's definitely gonna feel a lot of pain from Basil's, because after the truth happened, right? And like we saw, like in the game, like she was bullying Basil a lot with the hooligans and everything. And well, if she bullied Basil, she's gonna think that what she did caused the harm to Basil, and then that's why Basil did this, because she doesn't know that, Basil and Sunny did the truth and everything. So she's gonna think a big part of why Basil did it was because of her, and that is going to hurt her a lot, and it is going to cause pain, emotional damage, like the meme says. But yeah, it's gonna cause pain. And so from here we could go two ways, right? This is what I think. There's two ways this goes, right? So one way is she becomes even more of a hooligan, like, like she becomes more of a bad person and like bullies more people, I guess, as a way to cope or something. I don't know. And like she might even like get to the point where she becomes like her mother is, right? Like, her mother was like all like alcoholic and stuff, basically. And well, she could have become like that, just because she can't cope with the trauma and everything. So she might become like that. Or the alternate route, which is, well, like the same one Hero is on, basically, pretty much. Like she'll get all depressed and everything, and she'll be all traumatized, and there's a chance of the the I don't want to say it, but like, you know what I mean, and that's the two ways I feel like Aubrey would go. I don't really know. It's pretty unpredictable, because like Aubrey herself is already, like, she's either gonna get really mad or really sad. I don't really know. It's one of those ways. Either way, she's gonna struggle coping with what happened to Sunny and Basil. So finally, I'm gonna go to the final character, which is not one of the friends. So let's go. Okay, so final character I want to mention in this neutral ending, worst neutral ending thing, is Polly, which is Basil's caretaker, because obviously, yeah, she's Basil's caretaker. So she's obviously gonna feel bad, because she feels like a failure, right? Because, well, Basil is gone now, and she's like, what did I do wrong? I don't know, why did this happen? And she's gonna suffer and probably be traumatized, because like, imagine being hired to take care of a kid, and that kid, does this to themselves, and then you're gonna be like, why did this happen to me? What did I do wrong and everything? You're gonna feel like it's your fault because you're the caretaker. Like, well, imagine you're not actually the caretaker. Just imagine you're in Polly's position. But it's gonna be tough on Polly's. What I wanted to say, what I wanted to add, and well, that pretty much wraps it up. So basically, bad knife neutral ending is very, very bad. Like everyone would suffer. Like there's no benefit to this ending at all. Literally none. I can't even think of anything. Like I can't even joke about it. I can't even make a joke about it. But it's gonna be very painful for everyone, especially Kel and Hero and Aubrey and Polly. And you see that's 4 characters that are gonna be in pain. That's not even it. Like Kel's parents could already be suffering, and then the hooligans could suffer because, of the Basil. They did it to Basil, And well, it's very bad ending. Okay, it's a very bad ending, and no one would end up good out of it. Everyone would end up in some kind of trauma or pain, and in the end, Basil, Sunny are dead, and Marie is too. So I guess now they're all just chilling. So in the end, now we have something gay. We have something gay. We have Sunny, Basil, and Marie. Let's go. They're here to traumatize everyone, which is very, very bad. No, what did I do? Okay, but okay, look, if we don't include Kel, it's not canon, so we're okay. Okay, that's pretty much all I have for this week. I think it was it was a very tough video. Okay, it was a very painful ending. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what to add anymore. We had a knife ending. I'm looking at the screen. I'm trying to find something. There's nothing else to add. But anyway, neutral ending is actually worse ending, worse than bad ending somehow. But that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys next week, where hopefully we're not in constant pain and we don't have
emotional damage.